Oh, Nelly, you've joined us for another episode of Armageekdon. I'm your host, the Chief. Been a while since we've had some regular episodes. I hope you checked out the last one we did where we interviewed Dennis Bramval, game designer on Star Wars Battlefront. A game that me and Ben Fly and Retro still play to this day. But anyway, we're not talking about video games today. We're talking about comic books. Another one of the Chief's loves for 30 plus years. I've been digging the comic book scene. And I've got a big, down here, I've got a big to read pile. We're going to check out what the Chief is checking out. Let's check it out. Okay, let's have a dig around in Chief's box, so to speak. Something in here, actually. Oh, yeah. This is we're going to do another trading card episode. This is a 1994 Marvel masterpiece, Galactus. I've got these real funky, they're called magnetic cases. So you got the standard card in there. This bad boy. Wicked. But you get these cases and they're just magnetic. And then you get a nice little stand for it. Put it up on the display. Very nice. But anyway, we're not here to talk about them. Fatale. Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. It's a 5-volume series, I think. I've read this once before. Actually got a nice sketch there from Sean Phillips, the artist, in the front. Kind of crimey, pulpy, noir feel to this. A lot of intertwining plots set in the past and present day, kind of horror vibe to it as well. I struggle sometimes with this pair because they've done a lot of stuff together, but I think this is one of my favourites from recollection. This is volume 2, the Devil's Business, which I am just about to start, having read number 1. But we'll see how it goes. Star Wars Omnibus, a long time ago, volume 1. This is from when Dark Horse was reprinting all of their material before Marvel had the license. And this is a compilation actually of the original Marvel series that ran in the 70s and 80s for 108 issues, I think. But the first lot of issues, maybe 6, chronicle A New Hope. And then we move on to stuff that's a bit more wacky. Look at this. In this issue, the deadly mission of Luke Skywalker, 8 against a world. So this was obviously before Empire came out and Return of the Jedi, and they were kind of just making stuff up that is now no longer canon. And I've never read this. So there's 5 volumes of this that covers all, I think it's 108 or 120, something like that, issues. And it's quite excited to get into that. I don't care if stuff's not canon. I'm not a canon Nazi, so I've got a load of single issues here, so let's just see what's. I don't even know what's in here. Ripclaw, Jason Aaron, hot property in the comics writing world. This is a Top Cow book from, I'm going to say 90, don't know, 94, 95 maybe? No, later than that. Ripclaw was their answer to Wolverine and a little bit, and what they did, this was a pilot season, so they had loads of single issues that they put out, and then only 1 or 2 were going to get made into actual series. So it's kind of like, you know, TV pilot series. There's another one actually, pilot season, Jonathan Hickman. What's the year on this? This one is 2008. Yeah, so that other one must have been only a few years before this, but this has got some nice art in it. I don't think either of these, well, this one definitely didn't get made into a regular comic book, but gonna read it and, you know, see if I remember it. Deathlock versus the Goon. The Goon is a Eric Powell creation. It is incredible. I love it. Difficult to explain, but really worth checking out from an independent book. Deathlock, I don't know, are they a real band or made up band, but there's some kind of crossover. This looks cool. Look at this cover. I think this is a Hellboy Schnacht. This is a Christmas Hellboy story with a lovely kind of acetate feel cover. Check that out. Kingdom Come Special Superman. I'll be honest, I'm not actually going to read that. So see you later. Batman issues 51, 52 and 53 from the Tom King run of Batman, which I didn't particularly like. I didn't read much of it, but the draw here was Lee Weeks on art, and he is one of my favourites. Did a Daredevil back in the day, and this is not from too long ago, a couple of years ago, and I remember reading this story, and I think it was something to do with testifying. Bruce Wayne was on a jury and had to testify, or had to not testify, or maybe he does, but he had to decide on a court case against Mr. Freeze. We'll give that another go. The Amazing Screw-On Head by Mike Mignola. No idea, never read it. Let's have a look. Who knows? I mean, it's got Mignola art in it. It looks fantastic. I don't want to flick too much. I don't want to spoil it. We've got a 4-issue miniseries here from Warren Ellis from the early 90s. Starjammers. So this is Chode, Hepzibah, Corsair, what's his name? Razil, something like that. Might have got that wrong. But anyway, Star Spanner Adventures, Carlos Pachau, or Pacquiao, I don't know how you pronounce his name on art. Used to remember liking that back in the day. Deadly Class, I'm still catching up. I think issue 48 has just come out monthly. This is Rick Remender from Image, and I'm on issue 27 as part of my reread. This is a story set in the 80s about a assassin school. Lots of cliques, infighting and murderous mayhem. Enjoying that book. Now then, what we got here? We got custom bind. I've got a 2-volume custom bind here of Agents of Atlas. This is the Marvel book that they put out. I don't know, this must be at least 10 years old. Agents of Atlas. Old pulpy characters that were brought back. Jeff Parker writing this. Remember really liking it. So that's a complete 2-volume set there. We'll have a look at that. I've got a Matt Fraction, Olivier Coipel, Mighty Thor. Their run, although I need to track down the previous volume before I start that. I'm reading Alan Moore's Tom Strong from 20 plus years ago. I'm on volume 5, which is his version of Superman in an independent universe. Really good. Guys, a lot of books on Chiefs to Read pile. New York 4, Brian Wood, Ryan Kelly. Am I ever going to get around to reading that? Probably not. Might not even bother reading that. And we got Ascender, and this is the full 18, number 18. I think it just came out last month. The full run. It's the sequel to Descender by the same team, Jeff Lemire and Dustin Guyon from Image. It is a sci-fi drama space opera kind of book. Really looking forward to digging into that. And lastly, we've got the 2 volumes of Department of Truth from James Tynion and Martin Simmons. And I've had volume 1 for a while, never read it, but now I've got volume 1 and 2. Picked them up off of Martin at the recent MCM Comic Con. Looking forward to digging into that. Oh boy, there's some good picks there. It's going to take the chief a while to get through all of those, I think. There's other stuff on the back burner as well. I'm reading a Star Wars novel, Tales from Jabba's Palace, still. And I've got a few other bits and pieces that I'm reading. But I'm going to maybe come back in a future episode and give a roundup of some of these and see what's next on the Chiefs to Read pile. But until next time, make sure you keep it geek.